everyone. Today we're going to do your Monday, February 3rd compatibility reading. And I noticed before I hit record, I had split the deck to start shuffling, and I noticed I had one off to the side. I couldn't see what it was, so as soon as I flipped it over, the Three of Swords. So let's see how that, if that plays into today's reading. But I definitely found that interesting, because I was getting ready to start and I looked over, I was like, oh, I forgot one. And not a normal occurrence, right? I hope everyone's doing well. We're having such a nice day here in Austin. It's been pretty cold for the last week or two, like in like the 30s, 40s, which for us is cold, right? But yesterday and today, we're basically having like California weather. There's cool wind, but the sun's out. As I'm speaking about it, I think I wanna, let's crack the door here and see. I got a little chillier earlier, but we'll see how it goes. I just love that fresh air, especially for us, before we get into the summer months. Good Lord. Okay, so we're going to split the deck here, and then we're going to proceed with the read. And again, if I didn't mention 5-card spreads, we're going to start with your desires, their desires, the theme, the challenges, and the potential. Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's dig in. Okay, the energies here are very, I'm like, which way are we going? Let's dig in here. I was just saying with the last reading I did, it was a 3-card mini reading, but it was very, and even in bigger, readings, bigger spreads, sometimes you can kind of see the energy flow. Like, you can just understand where it's headed, and you just feel where it's headed. But sometimes it can be a little bit more, I guess, diluted, if you will. So that's why I said let's just dig in, and then we'll move on from there. But to start, we're going to take a look at the Nine of Wands. This is coming in as at the bottom of the deck, so I take that as the underlying energy for the reading. So think of this as your foundation. Right now, you're feeling like you're at a last stand. You feel that you've been persistent, resilient, you've been trying to persevere, but this is bringing you to, fatigue. Either that or near success. I mean, I don't know, it could, take it as it resonates. You're feeling like this is the last stand. You've been persistent with something, but this is either feel like you're nearing success or you're feeling fatigue. So take it as it resonates, and we'll dig in a bit more. But the Nine of Wands represents boundaries, resilience, and courage. You may be feeling worn down by, life, the daily life, or as though you cannot catch a break. Okay, so that's kind of how you're feeling right now. Like, you feel like you can't catch a break. Now, in love, if I did not mention, yes, this is a compatibility reading. So for the person that you have in your mind, Upright in love, the Nine of Wands speaks to, you know, love requiring hard work and that love isn't easy. This could also speak to self-improvement, okay? So, you know, you may be doing both things at once. Like you may be working on yourself and perhaps, you know, chatting with another soul, and you're here to see, you know, what the compatibility between you guys is. But you know, you're definitely putting in hard work. So that's, you know, that's admirable or admirable. In career, or excuse me, the Nine of Wands reminds us to courageously stand firm in who we are. So that's what you're doing right now. You're protecting your boundaries and what you've built thus far. So it's, you know, it's time to stay true to oneself, which I feel like you are, and to practice the word no. So I really, really like that. Because it takes us, you know, some of us take time to reach this level, and I feel like you guys are, you know, you guys are going to start practicing the word no. You guys are going to start, you know, protecting your energy, defending your energy. So all good things, all good things here. So let's move on then. So your desires we're going to start with, and that comes in as the Seven of Wands. And we have 3 Wands cards here, 2 major arcana, the Death and the Lovers, and a Swords card. So heavy, you know, heavy wand energy. So maybe you or this person or both of you are fire signs. Doesn't have to be at all. I really don't even know why I said that. Like, I truly don't, I mean, I guess I don't always say it, so when I do say it, maybe there's a reason why. But, so maybe the person reminds a fire sign, you know. Actually, I would take that back and say that you're the air sign, or you're the fire sign. This person, I think, is a different sign here. And I can't recall right now what the swords I'm spiking. That's funny. That's my sign. I'm a Libra, but the swords represents Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So perhaps, you know, you're an air sign and this person is an air sign. Or you're a, what did I say? Perhaps you're a fire sign and your person's an air sign. But again, guys, I don't normally ever say stuff like that because truly zodiacs don't really matter. But that could be a message for some of y'all. You know, I hear quite a bit sometimes, like, it does personally help me because, you know, I dated a Libra. The last 2 connections I was in, the last one was a Cancer and the one prior to that was a Libra, like myself. But in readings, when I'm listening to tarot, there are often quite a bit of times where, like, you know, I'm getting, this person's like, I'm getting a Cancer energy or da-da-da-da, and I'm like, Lord. And then other times, very, more rarely, but it's like, oh, Libra, and they have, you know, this person seems to have 2 kids, or, you know, and I'm like, dude, like, because, yeah, the Libra that I was with had 2 younger kids when I met him, and then, you know, so stuff like that. So, you know, zodiacs truly don't matter, but sometimes it you know, it really can resonate to someone. So, anyway, just take that as you want to. All right, so Seven of Wands, guys. I cannot. The Seven of Wands reversed. Okay. This is speaking to your desires. And your desire at this time, guys, is to surrender. You feel that you've been bearing the weight of the world on your shoulders. hence the Nine of Wands, right? Just kind of feeling like you can't take it anymore. And you may be feeling isolated at this time, or even feeling as though everyone is against you. Reversed in love, this can speak to possible defensiveness. You know, maybe you're a little defensive when someone approaches you. Or this can also just speak to a breakup from external pressure, right? External pressure. Like, look at all the wands around this person. Like, you know, again, this is speaking to fatigue. It's like it's either near success, like all this hard work is finally about to get you something, but I do feel a little bit more like this is speaking to, like, you know, just this is the last straw type of thing. And so I feel like you guys are, you know, your desires just to break up from all this external pressure. You could even, it depends, you could have it, you know, you could be, even have a denial in love right now. Like, maybe you know this person may not be compatible with you, but you're trying to make it, you know, make them compatible. But let's see. The Seven of Wands may also indicate that you're yielding or going back on your beliefs and values because of external pressure. So standing up for what we believe in can sometimes involve losing the validation of others. Now, the Nine of Wands did come in as the underlying energy in the reading, so I don't feel that you at this point in time with your energy would yield or go back on your beliefs. But if this is, you know, if this is still, I don't know, fairly recent, or you're not totally like self-assured that you wouldn't yield or go back on your beliefs, so I'm not sure I was going with that, but nonetheless, guys, I mean, again, your desire is to just release some of these pressures from everyday life. That's really what's going on here. You guys, I just feel like you guys are tired. You've been doing the work, standing up for your back, all the stuff. But let's see. Let's dig in a bit more then here. You know, this is a compatibility reading, and normally I just focus on love, but right now I'm being called to focus on the career here, because you could try, you know, you could use this as well to see if a job is compatible, right? But I feel that reversed in career, this can speak to failure to hold your ground or being overcome by competition. So that's why I said that this card, I'm not quite sure yet, is either, but more so I feel that this is speaking to fatigue. Like, I feel like you guys are just essentially, you know, kind of failing to hold your ground at this time. So your desire, again, is to just stand up for what you believe in, guys. Even if that, again, involves losing the validation of a lover or a workplace situation. But take that as it resonates, and then we're gonna dig in a bit more here. So the person on your mind, their desires is coming in as the Five of Swords. So I feel that with the Five of Swords, it's like this person I mean, first of all, look at the imagery, right? This is their desires, which is, you know, the suit sword I take as a, you know, pain, if you will, right? So pain, messages, but it depends on the whole context. But I feel that this person has like a hidden agenda, guys, essentially. Like that's the best way I can put it. Like even if you guys just barely met or something, I mean the energy for this person, like I don't know what they're hiding, right? It's like they're suppressing something. You know, this person could be like trying to intimidate you, but like in a way that's not really in a way that doesn't actually look like they're intimidating you, but they could be trying to implement, I don't know, scare tactics, or I'm not quite sure. I mean, interesting. Again, I don't know why I keep looking at the career section, but this could work to speak to workplace bully. So, I mean, again, maybe someone in the workplace. I mean, this doesn't necessarily have to be like a love connection, right? But someone in the workplace, it's not compatible. Like they like to intimidate. They have a very defensive attitude. They can be hostile, and they're just, yeah, a workplace bully. You know, this person has a lot of pride. You know, they're not willing to suppress that. But this person truly, like their inner soul is conflicted. They feel lost, and they're a procrastinator. So, you know, take that if it resonates for the career sector, guys. But if I didn't already say it, if you are in a romantic connection with someone, I mean, this just could speak to some tension, you know, when you guys do have like small conflicts or arguments. It's not like these are full blown out, but I feel like this person can just be very irritable, or it's like they always want to be right. Maybe that's just it, they always want to be right. I mean, this person's desire, to be honest, I feel that they want to be mentally like stronger, or they want to how can I explain it? It's like they are listening to the opinions of too many people instead of drawing on their own conclusion. So I feel that they want to be able to rely on themselves more, like their inner judge, if you will, or however that looks to them. But you know, it's let's pull why the Five of Swords. Okay, so the Four of Swords, which technically came out on its side, but let's take a look. So why the Five of Swords? So, you know, why are they behaving defensive or hostile or always wanting to be right? All this, you know, type of stuff. Guys, I mean, it's, from what I'm getting, it's just they're burnt out as well. Like they've already reached their burnout, and you're like, you're trying your hardest to like stand your ground, type of thing, or like, you know, that's your desire, is to like hold the fort down almost. But this person is being called to take time off to rest and recharge. They've been experiencing frantic energy and maybe feeling very stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. And when they haven't taken the time to rest and recharge and connect with their spirit and things of that sort, this is how they feel within and how someone feels about themselves. That's why you hear all the time, don't take things personally. And, that's said because otherwise this is what they are projecting to other people. So, this I don't know, this person, I feel like this person's like almost, I don't know, perhaps even it just take as awareness, they may be trying to reignite the passions as well. If you're in a romantic connection, but rather aggressively in a way. It's like they want to be right, that you two are meant to be or something like that. I mean, at a little bit of a trickier energy today, but let's move on and see if we can start putting the bigger picture together. So we touched your desires, their desires. Now we're going to touch on the overall theme in the connection. And guys, so again, this is the overall energy at the reading, and that's the Death in reverse. Major Arcana, our first one here in the spread. But did the Death card, whether upright or reversed, speaks to change. In the reverse, however, it does speak to being resistant to change. So I feel that that's definitely coming from both sides. You guys may be resistant to, I'm not sure, ending a romantic connection, or perhaps like something in the career sector. This person may just be resistant to taking time to rest, recharge, become a better person, connect with their inner being, all that type of stuff. So the Death in the reverse, yeah, guys, it's a fear of change. It's repeating negative patterns. This speaks to resisting change. And this can also speak to stagnancy and decay. The reverse meaning of the Death card, I did say that earlier, but yeah, it's still about change. It just suggests that you've been resisting it. You may be worried about letting go of the past, or you may not be sure about the changes you need to make in order to move forward. And I feel that's a bigger part, is like, again, you're here like on your last stand here, but you just don't, that's what I'm saying, you understand something needs to change, the desire here is there for change, but I just feel like you just don't know how to move forward, perhaps. So, reversed in love, this can speak to resisting a change in a relationship, right? Which I feel may be this person, I'm not sure, but, failure to change negative emotional pattern, again, more so this person. Or I should say that I feel you might be resisting a change in the relationship, and then this person is just failing to change their negative emotional patterns. And then again, if you are resonating career-wise, this can just speak to repeating negative patterns at work, remaining at an unfulfilling job, or simply a lack of growth. While it's natural to feel afraid, trust that you're taking the right steps and move forward. Life moves on, so fighting the passing time will only leave you with regrets. Okay? So, yeah, see, again, I was going back to the Seven of Wands. it's like you guys want a release from all this pressure that you're feeling, okay? But at the same time, you may not be, I feel like, there's a little bit of a denial about this person's desires or this person's energy, okay? But it doesn't seem like they're willing to do the hard work, you know, which is the rest, the almost hermit mode, if you will. I mean, but not even the hermit came out here, but they're not even willing to just simply sit with their thoughts for a few moments. I don't even know if they've ever attempted to make a connection with their higher, you know, with their spirit, with their intuition, with their guides, that type of feeling. Which is, you know, why it came out on its side. It's just kind of like, I believe they have the potential to do that, but only you guys would know, you know what I mean? Or only you guys would have a better idea, I should say, of whether this person is actually willing to do the work or not, right, to better themselves. But if they stay in this, if they stay in this energy, and look how there's like an extra sword that's pointing up, almost to like where he's gonna grab onto another sword, you know, and just keep that, you know, that pattern. I feel like, see how these are almost leaning that way, and then he picks up more. I don't know, I just kind of see like a cycle there. But yeah, okay. So, what are the challenges? I mean, guys, we have the Lovers. So, our second major arcana. But it's like, challenge is just to be this person's lover. Just to be in a connection, I feel like, is a challenge in and of itself with this person. And again, major arcana. So, you know, it's like, take these, you know, the death card, so you're resistant to change of some sort. You really need to look at that. And then the Lovers. The Lovers is all about partnerships, unions, romance, balance, you know, unity, as well as choices. But the primary meaning with the Lovers is harmony, guys. This is not harmony, okay? And again, so whether that's with love or in career, it really doesn't matter. You must start making up your mind about what you find important and unimportant in your life. You should be as true to yourself as you can be, so that you will be genuine and authentic to the people who are around you. And I feel like that's a very big message for you, but also this person, because this person is not being genuine and authentic. I feel like they're just kind of wearing a mask right now, almost. So the challenge, literally upright in love, this speaks to choices about love. So your challenge is the choice that you're going to make, like what choice to make, obviously, right? But I mean, that is what came out. So, I mean, just know that I definitely feel that with this card, you guys, you know, really are protected. I mean, we're all protected, but in a way, when we make that connection and relationship to the divine and to ourselves, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say with that, but I just feel like, yeah, the more you build on a relationship with the divine, the more, I don't know, like the more light is around you, if you will. Something along with, I just kind of felt like saying that. But, all right, so the potential is the Four of Wands, okay? So, I mean, that looks like a good card, right? So what's the potential here in this compatibility reading? Again, I don't know if this is referring to a romantic connection or a career, place, role in the workplace, or however that looks. But what's the potential? The potential is stability, belongings, parties. The Four of Wands represents joyful celebration and as well as relaxation, which interestingly enough, because we said over here for the Four of Swords that this person is not taking the time to really rest, quiet their mind, be still, meditate, however that, whatever that, all that stuff. But the upright love meaning can speak to gatherings and public celebrations of love. So maybe, I guess the potential is here. The potential is here to essentially celebrate with this person or in this job. Okay, so again, take that how it resonates, because I don't normally get like career when I'm doing compatibility readings, but it kind of wanted to make itself known. So I feel that essentially I think, guys, you're feeling exhausted, okay, that, and just kind of like close to over it at this point. But I feel that if you guys can get your desires into the Seven of Wands upright, so essentially if you guys, if you guys can start garnering self-belief, and then essentially, remember we talked about surrendering. I feel like this is really just surrendering to whatever, that inner, that call, that what I'm talking about. So surrender, like for me it was a couple months ago, around like October, November of 2024, I fully surrendered to Source and the universe in my own way. And the universe knows my intentions, right? So whatever you feel, whatever your intention is, like just think to yourself, because it's going to be different for everyone. How can I show Source? How can I be true to myself and everything? Like, what do I have to do? What action can I take to fully surrender? So I think if you guys can really fully surrender and start standing up for yourself, defending yourself, setting boundaries in relationship, defending your position at work, facing challenges, as they come, and just take value-aligned actions, as well as having, risk management plans in place to avoid any unforeseen issues, then you guys are going to be, celebrating essentially with this energy. And who knows, maybe you and this, if this is like a romantic connection, maybe the both of y'all, maybe you can suggest, taking a weekend getaway, or just taking some time to relax, maybe go get a massage together, something. But I think, that would really help the situation. If it's a workplace thing, it may not be that easy, but even something as like putting together like, a work outing, maybe even doing something cool like yoga or Pilates, just like, a good way to like stretch and not really be, again, we are talking about work, so, I don't know about going all up in there with like yoga pants. How you can wear, like for me personally, I don't wear tight fitting stuff when I work out. I'm like in big t-shirts and like loose pants. So that's why I had suggested that. But anyway, let's move on. So upright in career, this, the energy, the potential is feeling supported by your colleagues, office parties. I was just talking about that, and bonding with colleagues. But this card is all about feeling satisfied and safe, guys. So, the potential is there. So whatever compatibility issues going on, whether through work or through a love connection, I mean, there is a potential for celebration in the end, for some happiness, but both of you guys are being called essentially, or, to kind of rest. Maybe to, reach newer perspectives and things like that. And oh yeah, and then I forgot. So with the challenges is, again, just to reiterate, start making up your mind about what's important and unimportant in your life. And then just be as true to yourself as you can be. Because then you're going to be exuding your most genuine and authentic energy to those around you. And I think once you start doing that, once you start staying true to yourself, guys, that's if you've never heard before, it's that's take about when people say well, you can't love others if you don't love yourself first. Well, it's kind of a similar principle. If you can start defending yourself and staying true to yourself and being your number one advocate, by default, those in your energy, are going to start. Now, of course, people like this, or I would suggest this person is still going to have to do some work on, however that looks to them. But even just by a little bit, you guys, it's once your spirits are raised, it could raise this person's spirits. Or maybe they'll start to look at you as a mentor, or, respect that you're standing true to yourself and being your most genuine and authentic self. And so, I hope that that makes sense there, and you guys can take from that. Because, again, there is the potential is celebrations, parties, happiness, fun, feeling just joy overall. Even though right now you just feel tired, you're like, dude, I don't know how much longer I can go on with this. So, and then again, just to reiterate, with the death in reverse, is the overall theme or the overall energy in this reading is there's some resistance to change here. And I feel that's from both sides. But if you can at least lead by example and begin implementing change and energetically changing, the energies around you type of thing, by default, I believe, things will essentially just change. Once you start changing, things will change. Or was this something the other day I heard? Once you change the way you look at things, the things you look at start to change. Okay? But if you don't make any effort, nothing's gonna change, and you're still gonna be in this, feeling like, this situation. So, let's pull a final advice card. The Ace of Wands in the reverse. Almost like you're being called to kind of step back a little bit, or take a step back and just it's like you're trying to put energy into like something creative, or maybe again somewhere in the workplace or in a connection. Like you're trying, it's like, but your efforts are not proving fruitful. The Ace of Wands reverse can speak to delays, blocks, a lack of energy, or it can speak to hesitancy. In love, this can speak to a lack of excitement in love at this time. In career, a lack of inspiration at work, or feeling uncreative, or a lack of progress. So this card indicates that while you may want to finish your task, there may be obstacles getting in your way. Okay. Now, okay, interesting, I see, okay. And to clarify, so this indicates trials and tribulations that you may face in the near future. You might feel directionless, which can lead to feeling uninspired or unmotivated. But I remember thinking earlier, before I asked for an advice card, I was actually going to pull for clarification on the Five of Swords again to see if I could get any more clarification as to whether this was speaking to like a love situation or a career situation. And with the Ace of Wands popping out, I do definitely feel this is more leaning toward like a career, something in the career sector. So, because yeah, the Ace of Wands can indicate delays with current projects, and the desire is there, right, to finish your task, but there may be obstacles getting in your way, such as that, you know. So again, you may want to finish your tasks, but you know you've got this obstacle just keeps getting in the way. It's like they won't even let you do your work. Okay, well then, so then I'll ask. So then, what actions can be taken here? If there any more clarification for the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups. I feel like when you guys really start, again, when you guys really turn your Seven of Wands around, and you really start advocating and putting yourself first and standing up for yourself and protecting your energy, things are going to turn around. But so when I see the Ten of Cups, I'm seeing like you guys just really pouring into yourselves, really just really building a connection with yourself that brings you happiness and emotional stability. The Ten of Cups represents happiness, and personal fulfillment. This card suggests that if you don't experiencing it right now, but that the energy is here for you to experience a happy life at home and within the family, or just an overall sense of connection and unity with loved ones. In career, this can speak to feeling of belonging at work, camaraderie between colleagues, and a fulfilling and supportive job. So essentially, the energy is here for you guys to tap into. That's what you're being told here, your advice. I mean, essentially, this card is indicating that there is abundance and magic all around you. Okay, all around you. You just have to see it. Okay? And how do we do that? By taking the chance to appreciate the beauty that you've created in your life. I mean, I know it's very easy to get lost in the daily grind, right? And so it's harder to take that time to just have that time for appreciation. But be appreciative, see the beauty around you. Same thing as like, show gratitude, be grateful, and don't be afraid to speak these things out loud. It kind of sort of just clicked to me recently. I mean, but understanding, like, for example, this chakras, and that the throat chakra is actually, I don't know why, but it's like, okay, so I don't know where I was going with that, but like when I intend things, obviously I do it in the mind, and I just, my cells like vibrate it out. I don't know how to explain it, but I've never, I mean, I have actually sometimes I'll voice, like if I'm trying to talk to my spiritual team, I'll just, I may say things out loud to them, but usually not. And anyway, I had come across something that, was like, speak out loud, your intention. And because the throat chakra is very powerful, your words are, if you've not yet heard, but our words are magic. And so that's why it's very important to watch what you say to someone, because that could really shape and affect how they view themselves. But anyway, so I will end it there, guys. I hope that helped. Just remember to stand true to yourself, stay true to your boundaries, and everything else will just kind of fall into place. I'll see you guys. Bye.